I'm the hip hopper, plus the soul shocker. Now with them D, yes, the microphone doctor. One Rex, the other dissuasion. If you think you're ready to mess, kill the noise. We don't play when it's time to slay. I get a cut from my homie, yo. Then I lay back and Mac and all the rhymes I pack. And wait for a sucker to jump and then attack. Well, I'm known to be the master in the MC field. No respect in 87, 88, Chanel. Cause I produce and get loose when it's time to perform. Whack a sucker like Mock and Glow. That's what it was. Back the second time, but on a different assignment to do a sucker with Jack. We need to rap in alignment, cause I'm the cream in the crop when it's time to do a show. Slowly's on my job for my dope intro. Yo. What's happening? This is your homie Ron Hortman on a dysfunctional show. It is mic check, mic check, mic check. It is Tuesday night, March 2nd, 2021. In the year of our Lord. I just played some EPMD to get me in the mood. How y'all doing? Y'all good? Y'all blessed and highly favored, as they say. Tonight's going to be a little different. Cousin Kofi is on the sick and shut-in list tonight. So she won't be tuning in. Or she won't be joining us, but she'll be tuned in. So hope she's feeling better. How y'all doing? Uncle L, I see you. What's happening, man? Hope y'all day went well. Mine was good. Y'all see, I got on my Hawaiian shirt today. It was 86 degrees. And I just felt like being Hawaiian-y. Is that a word? Get my festive on. You know what? This is a reminder for me that vacation's over. You know, I'm getting my last little bit of vacation out. The world is opening back up. We're going to get back into it. You underdig? I'm going to start by doing this. I will recap on last week's, on Thursday's show. We gave old-fashioned shout-outs and testimony service. We was giving people their flowers while they live, just props, trying to change the vibe, make everybody feel special, and that's what we did. So I gave a shout out to the wifey, my mom's. Kofi shouted out one of her best friends. We got people come on. It was a beautiful thing. So that's what that is. Tonight's topic is a little different, and as always, you can always tap in and join your boy if you'd like. But before I do that, I'm going to get into some news, some stuff that I saw today that was pretty interesting to me. Iron Mike Tyson, they had a project on Hulu that he was about his life, and he really wasn't he went into it. He didn't give him his blessings, and they produced it anyway. You remember how Dave Chappelle got on and told everybody not to watch Netflix? Well, Mike told them not to watch the Hulu show. And Mike can see who signed up for Hulu and who watched the show. So I'm definitely not watching it out of respect for Mike, and I don't want no trouble. But that's how it is when you're in entertainment. He didn't want the show to be made. He wasn't a part of the show, and they made the show anyway. They made it anyway without his blessings. That's part of fame, I guess. So I thought that was a trip that they still could do it without him wanting to do it, and they did it anyway. Also, in other news, Mike Tyson and Lennox Lewis are talking about a rematch. I will watch that. I will watch Iron Mike and Lennox Lewis. I will watch it just like I watched the other fight he did. I just don't want Mike to get hurt. I want him to go out like he is, but I would definitely watch it. I don't know if I would pay $75 to watch it, like on pay-per-view. I'll probably wait for it to come on YouTube, but I definitely will watch it. What's up, Angie, Christine, Kent, Uncle L? I see y'all. Yeah, but that was a trip to me. Other news. Oh, Magnum Jackson, I see you, Playboy. Other news: the vaccine. Texas is lifting all restrictions on March 10th. They done. No more masks. They wide open. If you're in Texas, you can get it how you live. They just ready now. They tired. People need to make money. Done. No more restrictions. With that being said, everybody is saying that you still have to be careful because they don't want you to they don't want us to lax in a big spurge, or what you call it, where a spike, a big spike. They don't want a big spike to happen. So will y'all take the vaccine? Are y'all taking the vaccine? I need to know. People taking the vaccine. I'm not gonna take it yet. I want to see what y'all do. If it happen, what happened to y'all after y'all take it? But the vaccine, it's like 5 different vaccines. Is it gonna be like the flu vaccine where you got to take it every year, or is it one and done? Does anybody know? I need to know. I need some answers to this. How many times will you have to take this vaccine? I need to know that. But Texas wide open. If you're in Texas, you can do what you do. What else did I have tonight? Okay. If you're a rapper, Facebook is starting a new platform called Bars, where you can flow over beats on social media. Bars. That's pretty dope. So I know I'm gonna get mine because I'm gonna be going in. I'm supposed to be a rapper now. If you can rap on social media, they're gonna give you the track and you got bars. So everybody know that everyone is trying to make a big impact on social media, a big following and all that. So people doing crazy things to be seen, to be known, and all that kind of stuff, right? Guess what? A Spanish rapper over in the UK, he cut his homie's unit off, like severed his manhood, cut it off with a knife so he can get some social media popularity. Now, the thing about it was his homeboy agreed to it. He agreed to do it. They did it. They made a deal. They said if he gets a certain amount of views, he would pay him. He cut it off. He did it. His partner went to jail because even though he agreed, they said it was a crime. And his homie was so down that he tried to, when they went to court, he tried to lie and said he did it himself. He cut his piece off for his homie, so his homie could blow up. I just want to know right now, what kind of friends do I have? Huh? Anybody gonna let never mind. I'm gonna stop right there. That's crazy, y'all. That's crazy. Just to be famous. That's what's happening. Ashley, I see you. Mr. Lundy, I see you. What's good? Man, that's crazy. Okay, y'all. I'm gonna go here real quick. I'm gonna throw this out. I'm gonna get started with this right here. Check it out. This show, me solo, sponsored by we have.
Got unwanted pests in your home or business? Call Get Rid Pest Control at 414-368-0696. State licensed and certified with over 20 years experience, Get Rid Pest Control guarantees their work in the removal of common household pests, including mice, rats, ants, roaches, spiders, centipedes, and bedbugs. Humane trapping and removal of larger pests as well. Unmarked vehicles available upon request. 24-hour emergency service available. Call Get Rid Pest Control today for your free estimate. 414-368-0696. If you got it, we'll get it.
Okay. All right. With that being said, if you know somebody, again, if they get mosquito bites right now in the wintertime, give me a call, 414-368-0696. Okay, y'all. All of that stuff's out the way. Now it's time for the nitty-gritty, as we say. Tonight's topic, I want y'all to think about this. Setting standards and boundaries in your personal life, your professional life. Setting standards and boundaries. What y'all think about that? First of all, I believe that a standard, you have to set a personal standard. A standard is a rule that you set for yourself. A rule you set for yourself that you're going to abide by. That you that you that you won't take less than. It is this or the highway. It's part of your your moral yourself self compass. You have to set standards for yourself. Being it like in your personal life, there's certain things that I know I wouldn't do, and I'm sure everybody has their own opinion on certain things, but you have to set a standard for something that you will do, something that you will accept. And when I say, I think boundaries and standards go hand in hand, because once you set the standard, there is a limit that you will accept or deal with. And once they cross that, they're crossing that boundary. You feel me? Uh, Steph Love, I see you. She said it's absolutely necessary. So a lot of times, I think in life, uh, people people compromise their standards and their boundaries for whatever reason. I don't know if it's for financial gain or acceptance, or simply just to fit in. People will sway from their standards. So me personally, I'm gonna use me because I ain't got nobody right here to talk to. A standard of mine, and how can I put it? A standard of mine, like I do stand up comedy. I tell jokes. The standard for me on stage is I don't curse. That's my thing. Nobody else thing. It was just something that happened with me, and it came from a place where I always wanted to be comfortable enough that if my mother or my grandmother or my aunts or somebody came to a show, that I wouldn't embarrass them or embarrass myself. So that was a standard that I made. And there's just certain things that I won't do because of my beliefs. So when you pick that standard or a standard, a lot of times you miss out on certain things because that's out of your lane or your boundaries. So you can't participate in certain things, and you have to deal with the consequences. Um, Me personally, I've when it comes to that, I've accepted that, and it almost ends up that you become, when you set your standards, people around you, they you're teaching them, you're training them to know how to deal with you in a certain way. And then it becomes a thing where not only do they accept it, they expect it of you. Because true friends and family, they hold you to those standards. And you want people around you like that. You feel me? Is that making sense? Or am I just rambling? If anybody want to tap in, here, let me do this real quick before I forget, because I will forget. I don't know if that's showing up in the comments, but I'm gonna post it right here. If you want to tap in tonight, that link right there at the bottom, you just copy that link, and your boy will get you on, and we can chop it up. Standards and boundaries. I know people that you okay. I'll put it this way: growing up, there were certain things that you could do at certain people's house that you couldn't do at others' house. Like I know at my house at a certain age, my mama made us go to bed at 8:30 when we were young. 8:30 in the bed. 8:30 in the bed. But when I went by some of my friends' house, they could stay up later. They didn't make it right, wrong, or indifferent, but those were the standards at their house. Hold on, I got oh, Ken said, yeah, you don't want to get a lazy a lazy eye from Aunt Aunt Nig is my grandmother, y'all. So he said you didn't want to get a lazy eye. She handed out a lazy eye to you, Kent. That was her standard. And her boundary was her reach. She had a good reach. So standards and boundaries are rules and rules. And what do you do when somebody crosses your boundaries? Like as an adult, what do you do? Like do you talk about it, or do you just you argue, or do you let it ride? What do you do when somebody crosses your boundary? What do you do? Me, I've always been a person that really didn't like to argue. I think I can argue very well because I always like to talk and try to prove my point. But like when I would have a disagreement with somebody, and I'd just be like, "Oh, you mad?" I'm like, "Ah, yeah, whatever. It's no big deal." Like, why don't you want to talk about it? You should go talk about it. I always felt like, why am I going to talk to this person if they know what they did is wrong and they're going to prove their point? I'm going to prove my point, and we just going to be arguing. That's how I always felt. But, now being a little bit more mature, I think it's good to talk things out in certain situations. I just was never, I just was never good at that because I would always get tunnel vision. I know that's not right when you're trying to prove your point in an argument. A, B, and C. You do your thing. That's where I always would be. In your professional life, if you have a 9 to 5, people have the standard is what's expected of you at the job. Some people don't perform to that particular standard, and the consequences are write-ups and reprimands and whatnot, or ultimately they let you go. I think it's the same in real life. If you don't set a standard for yourself, what do you really believe? It's almost like you got to stand for something. People say that all the time. You don't stand for something, you fall for anything. Yeah, that sounds slick, but it's really true. You almost have to have a like when you have your goals in life, you have to set a standard for what you're going to do, what you're going to accept. Because if you don't, you're going to be all over the place. Like me right now, I'm all over the place. I'm just talking. And if you want to tap in, put it in the comments. I got on my Hawaiian shirt today. Feeling real festive. I said I'm gonna pull this Hawaiian shirt out. I ain't been nowhere in forever, so I might as well wear it. Can't go nowhere. We are talking standards and boundaries. Standards and boundaries. I said we. I'm talking standards and boundaries. Cousin Kofi is out. She's not feeling well. We we hope she feels better. Yeah, you see the Hawaii 5-0 Steph Love? Yeah, I decided to pull that out the closet tonight. Show y'all how it is down here. It was 86 today. I heard it was warmer up there today, so good for y'all. If somebody violates your you set a standard and somebody or a boundary and they violate your boundary, how do you handle it? What do you do? I need to know. Somebody be more mature than me. Be more mature than me. How do you as an adult handle someone that crosses your boundaries? Crossing your boundaries, how do you handle it? Do you discuss it, Steph? Do you sit there and you go over? And I guess it depends on who it is, and what it is. If it's a big step or if it's a minor offense, like certain things, there's no discussion at all. You know, a violation is definitely different from a misunderstanding, if you know what I mean. But like when when you when you're dating, people starting off dating, and you're in a relationship, you have to set a standard to what you want out of a relationship. Like some people, marriage is definitely not in the topics, not on the table, because some people been there, they've done that, and they're not feeling that. They don't want to do that, which is fine. But if they get with somebody and their goal is to definitely get married, uh that's their standard. And if you don't both agree on that, not only are you wasting each other's time, somebody's going to be hurt at the end. Think about that. Think about that. I just had a deep thought. Boundaries are they're rules that you make for yourself to keep you in line. I never thought about it that way until right this second. Because if you allow people to cross those boundaries, you hurt yourself. And sometimes it's hard to say no. It's hard to tell people how you feel about certain things. It takes courage, it takes courage to do those things. But you got to do it. Set those boundaries for yourself. It means something. I feel crazy right now. Oh, Steph said Hawaii 5-0. There it is right there. StreamYard.com. RDUX3YHSWP. If you want to tap in, holla at your boy. It show is different when your people ain't on here with you. You're talking to yourself. It's like I'm looking in the mirror and all I see is a little bald headed dude in a Hawaiian shirt. That's how I be sometimes. I'm gonna give it two more minutes on boundaries because that's my limit. That's my standard, right? That's my boundary right there. That's it right there. And then I'm just gonna talk to the people. All great viewpoints, cause Lord. Thank you, thank you. She has spoken. She loves the shirt. I'm feeling. I'm about to smoke me a cigar when I'm done. Oh, there's Treese. Okay, Ray in the building. All right. Okay, y'all saving me. I was about to bail. Y'all see, y'all saved me. All right. Look at God. Look at God. Won't he do it? Won't he do it? Because your boy's about to bail. Uh what well thank you, Steph Love. Steph Love said, yeah, Kobe, it ain't the same without you. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I'm all great viewpoints, cuz love the shirt. Tree said you all good, bro. All right, look at you're talking good. All right. Ray in the building. All right. Right now, y'all the people at church with somebody up there and they be like, no, go ahead, go on, let them use you. Touch them, Lord. Touch them. That's what y'all just did right there. Y'all hilarious. Cole said it shows that person lack of respect for you as well. You're handling this 100. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Uh, when somebody go up and they be like, I just want y'all to keep praying my strength in the Lord. That's how I feel right now. Just keep praying my strength in the Lord. No, that's real. It does show a lack of respect, and a lot of times I don't think that people know that they're disrespecting you because they own what they own. The selfishness won't even let them see what they're doing to you. You know what I mean? Tree said you have to let a person know off top that you don't allow certain behaviors in your life. A lot of times, Trees, that's hard because people don't want to come off a certain way. So how do you tell somebody uh like what's a no or what you ain't with at the very beginning? Ray, we talking about now I done lost my joint. We talking about setting standards and boundaries in your personal, professional, or your life. Just setting standards and boundaries. That's what we talking. That's what we talking, Ray. Tree said yes, truly missing Kofi, praying she feels better. Yes, we do. We pray she gonna be better. She gonna be all right Thursday. She gonna be back swinging. She gonna be all right. Y'all remember Michael Jordan had that game with the flu. That's how she gonna come back. Now, I ain't saying she got the flu. I'm not violating HIPAA or nothing like that. I'm just saying she wasn't feeling her best. So, your boy said he would put on his Hawaiian shirt and do what he does. And y'all just pray my strength in the Lord. But yeah, Ray, we talking setting boundaries and standards in life. And when somebody violate a standard, well, I think to me a standard is something that you set personally. That's like a personal, like you said, a personal rule for yourself. Like me, one of my standards is if I'm out in public and I'm having adult beverages, I never have more than 3 in public. Never. 2 of these, one of those, 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 2 of those, but never more than 3. Never. I don't let anybody sway me. Because I did once when I was younger and I didn't like the way it turned out. Uh, it was very embarrassing. And I said I will never be like that again. And that's my standard. That's a standard for me. That's a rule I set for myself. and I don't like the way it makes me feel. I don't like the way it makes me look. So I set that bar for me. Um, Certain people I'm with, they could drink 10, 20, whatever. That's what they do. Now, does it make me like what I set for myself has nothing to do with somebody else's personal thing. I'm not saying that I'm better than you because I only drink this, or you're worse than me because you drink that. But I know that I'm not gonna be looking any kind of way. If I'm gonna be looking stupid, it's gonna be because I said something with a microphone in my hand and it didn't go the way I thought it was gonna go, or I'm sitting on here talking about setting standards and boundaries, and it's going, that's how I'm gonna look stupid. That's what I do, but it ain't gonna be because I'm drunk. Not me. That's my standard. Now, if I violate that, shame on me. I let myself down. You know what I mean? And you can let yourself down, and that's hard to deal with sometimes when you let yourself down. Because I know I'm hard on myself. I don't know if y'all hard on yourself, but when you let yourself down, it's a different kind of hurt. Like, dude, you stupid. You knew better than that. Why would you do that? Come on, man. You better than that. Man, we promised we wouldn't do this. And look at us. Look at you. Look at you. And I hate, that's the worst for me. When I do something stupid and I know better. Oh, that's the worst. That is the worst for me. I can't. Oh, I'm so hard on myself with that. It's just so hard. Oh, that feeling. Oh, good Lord, that's the worst for me. That it you feel like when you do something stupid and people look at you, you feel some kind of way. But when you shame of yourself, like, I can't even look at you. Oh, that's a cold feeling right there. Cole says she know that feeling. It's tough, Cole. That's a tough one. That's a look. You on here typing? You could be at work. I'm just teasing you. I'm just teasing you. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. But yeah, man. So you gotta. So so what do you do when somebody crossed that boundary? How do you handle it? I need to know how y'all do it. How do you handle somebody crossing that boundary? Okay, look, we can put it in two different, on a professional level and on a personal level. How do you handle it? How do you handle somebody crossing your boundaries? I've been I've worked in a sales environment for a lot of years, right? And somebody somebody take your sale, and I mean, you can really I didn't see people get into some real gangster stuff about sales, like, you know what I mean? But I was always like, okay, you know what? It's gonna come back around. So if this is the standard that we setting in our relationship, that's what it is. So don't cry when it happened to you. And people don't always like, they can't always swallow what they gave to somebody. They don't even like it. They can't do it. Tree said, right, people don't automatically show you that they will cross boundaries, but until they cross them, this is when you find out that you have to stop them. Okay. All right. Well, Kobe said, I agree. It makes me feel like I lower my worth. I'm going to. She said, I agree. It makes me feel like I lowered my worth. And, I'm going to still support us. Look, she's supporting us in her sickness. Look at that. Look at that. You go, girl. So, Trees, I know you. I know you. So, somebody cross your boundaries. How do you approach it? How do you approach it? And I'm gonna say this. especially for people like me that's you really hard on yourself. You take it hard. You have to set realistic standards and boundaries. Don't like, okay, I was trying to lose weight, right? And I said, you know what? I'm not gonna eat no sugar. I'm not gonna drink no soda, and I'm gonna run 10 miles tomorrow. Like, that's not realistic. You can't quit everything and do the 10 miles tomorrow. You have to set realistic standards and I guess that's almost goals, but I was because I had read this thing and I was going for the 6 pack, and the 6 pack said I couldn't do no carbs and no sugar, and I had to run 10 miles and all that. I was really gonna do that like the next day after I read it, and then I woke up late, so you know never got to it. Anyway, uh, good. Tree said, "Good question." Well, answer the question, then, young lady. I need to know. I need to know. Kofi came in and supported me on. She came in on her sick day. She took her sick day and she's still here. See what Tree said. It was always hard for me, and I used to back off those type of people until I became unapologetic about my boundaries. That's good. That's good. You shouldn't have to apologize about your boundaries. If there's those are your boundaries and you set them, that's that. Something I taught myself this year, and I can't say I taught myself this year, but I promised myself that I was going to do my best to stick to it. You say no without an explanation. You don't have to explain. You don't have to go into details. Your no is a no. Like, no, I can't do it. That's it. You don't have to explain nothing. You don't have to get a backstory. You don't have to say, if I could, I would. If it's no, it's no. They got to accept that. They got to honor that, whatever it may be. Your no is your no. You need to write that down, Ryan Horton, because I need that. Tree said, what I stood for is what I stood for. That's right. That's right. That's right. Cam, what's good, man? We are talking tonight. We are talking setting standards and boundaries. Cousin Kofi wasn't feeling well tonight, so I had to pull a solo dolo, but she in the comment section praying me through, as a good Christian woman would. But we talking setting standards and boundaries. Setting standards and boundaries, Cam. What standards you have? What do you do when somebody crosses your boundary? I know what Cam does. He has a favorite word, and I'm pretty sure he calls people that when they cross his boundaries. I'm pretty sure of it. I'm willing to bet. Side note today, I think it was super cool. Um, you know what? I can't say that. I got to talk to my parents first before I throw that out there. Uh, the homie Ray said people take a no from a job stranger, but can't take a no from a loved one. Ray, bruh, I think they use the family and the friend as as they try to persuade you or a cop out and try to, like, you can't, man, you can't do that. But yes, that's what they do, Ray. They don't accept the no. Yes, uh Cam yes, Cam calls them tramps. Yes, that's what he says. They said yes, Ray, that's true. Uh Cam said he busted somebody in there. In they ish. I relapsed. I'm sorry. No, it be like that though, man. When people push your boundaries from, especially if you explain to them, you know what I mean? It's like you feel disrespected. You do. You feel disrespected. And again, if you want to tap in tonight, uh, You can tap in. I'm gonna put it in. I'm gonna put it in the comments. I'm gonna do this real quick. If you have a love for art and artwork, you can go to Kofi's Art World. She has sound art. It's pictures, right? You can put the picture on your wall, but it has Bluetooth in it. You can play your music through your family portrait or your portrait of Martin Luther King, whatever you want. But it has music in the portrait. Go to Kofi's Art World, add Kofi Tyler, hit her in her inbox. She'll do that. Shouts out to our friends and family at Smitten Kitten Wax. If you want to get that kitten smitten, hit up Smitten Kitten Wax. Do that. And if you have car needs, call the car boy at 414-865-0910. That's 414-865-0910. All right, I'm back. Again, y'all, if y'all want to tap in with me, I'm going to give you the that's the link right there. You can tap in. Cousin Kofi's out today. She'll be back Thursday. We're going to pick up where we left off. But setting standards and boundaries in 2021. Like, you know what? Like right now, I know it may seem petty, but when I am out in public and everybody masked up and doing all that social distance, and when somebody stand too close to me, I try to be, like, hey, excuse me, little, but it's like I almost think they're doing it on purpose, try to get a reaction out of you. Or some people can't count 6 feet behind. I don't know. But so that's crossing your boundary. And you have every right to say something. And that's the thing. You have a right to speak up when somebody crosses your boundary. You have a right. That's your right. Cam said, I love to see people winning, but I really think people are doing more begging than anything. I'm walking right in that business with my black dookies, and that's gonna get to get his butt waxed. Listen, Cam, you go in there and you go get your wax on, cuz you do that. Setting boundaries and standards in 2021, y'all. Cousin Kofi left me solo dolo. Cam's going to get his butt waxed. Life is good. It's good. Hey, I am going to buy me some more Dookies this week. Dookies, if y'all don't know, Dookies are Air Force Ones. That's what we call them from Wisconsin. Yes. Yeah, Treese, people do that. They in your bubble. Like they get too close, and I don't know. These things seem so petty. Have you been in line, like in Target or something, and somebody try to skip you? Like a grown person try to skip you. Like honestly, it really don't matter, but it be the point. Like, you think I'm a punk? You just gonna skip me? I ain't gonna say something? Like little stuff like that. Like I think you just feel disrespected. That's what I think it is. I think you feel disrespected when people do things like that. That's what I really think. And as an adult, when I do things, I try not to get emotional about things. Like sometimes you can get in your emotions, like the way you really feel about something, and you can let your emotions can make you react to a situation that really ain't as serious as you felt in that moment. So I really try to be very cognitive about that and try to, calm down. But people are pushing the buttons. So when they cross those lines, it feels like a personal attack on you. That's how it feels. Cole said it's a lack of respect. It it is. So how is it worth talking to somebody that really don't respect you? Like in a situation, if somebody's willing to do that, isn't it better to just remove yourself from the situation, or do you confront this person that they don't already respect you to prove to them that you're not gonna disrespect me if it's something like certain things don't get don't get me wrong, certain things don't it's out of the question. Like if they violating putting your hands on you or your property or something like that. I'm not talking about that. I'm saying something petty like skipping you in line at Target or something like that, which is it's a lack of respect, or cutting you off in traffic. That's a big one. Somebody cut you off in traffic or steal your parking space when you pulling in to park it. You know what I mean? Is it worth it? Is it worth it? Tree, Tree said, depends on the day. Lord Jesus. Lord Jesus, depends on the day. But and that's a valid statement or response by someone disrespecting you, that like they don't know any better, like they weren't taught better. But at the end of the day, is it really worth it? Is it really worth it? So people don't think they can disrespect you. Hey, I said this. I said it the first time on a Friends podcast a couple of years back. Uh, I may have said it. I said it's a statement I thought about. Uh, we're raised to never let nobody disrespect you. If somebody disrespect you, you gotta you gotta show them that you ain't no punk. And like honestly, the more and more I think of that mentality, the way we were raised, uh, those are prison rules. Don't let nobody take nothing from you. You gotta demand your respect on the yard and all that. So I mean, like when you an adult, you in your your 40s, you gonna be fighting somebody over a parking space. Would you do that now? Think about that. Ray said my psychiatrist back in the day cleared my anger management by this one statement. Why do you feel you had to prove your point? That that's deep. But we most of the time we feel like because we want them to know that we not soft, they're not getting over on us. We have to prove it. We have to prove it by any means. And when you think of it like that, and I know I'm getting way off topic. There's so many brothers and sisters and people in jail for proving a point or lost their life because they proved a point. That's what I was trying to say when I say I try not to let my emotions uh make me react. Cause sometimes people can do stuff that just push them buttons and it make you woo. I know some people that shot it all away over a moment, and then once you think about it, I know they wish like, man, I wish I wouldn't have did that, or I can take that back. And that's stuff we should be telling the young people. That's how we should be teaching the young people. Like they need to set their standards. They need to set their boundaries, but we need to teach them how to deal when those boundaries are crossed. That's a good lesson. Kofi, you need to write that down. That might be another show with somebody that's qualified to talk about it, like a real psychiatrist or something. Kofi says she let life show people. Hey, that life cold. Life will learn you. It will learn you. That's real. That is real. Again, if somebody wanna tap in with your boy, I'm gonna put it up there one more again. Now I lost it. There you go. It's at the bottom. If you want to tap in with your guy, it's right there in the comments. What did Tree say? No, I don't think fighting over parking spot, but on my heels, I don't think you can walk. If somebody hit your heels with that cart, hey, Treese wants y'all to know right now, if you nick her heels with that cart in Walmart, it's gonna be a situation. Ain't no talking, ain't no praying. It's hand-to-hand combat if you nick her heels with that cart. She is not playing with you. Nick her heels if you want to. Get your heel game right. Hit her heel if you want to. See what happens. That's why I wear Dookies, because Dookies, they got the heel guard on them. Yep. Dookies will guide your heel. Will guide it. Oh, Ray said he's going to tap in 5 minutes. Okay, Ray. We could do that. Setting boundaries and standards 2021. You know, when we were talking about topics, I thought it was so much I had to say. And wait, what did you say, Treese? She said none of that and all of that. I think she means she wants all of the smoke, as the young folks say. She wants it all. Yeah, but you know what? I think about my life, like some of the boundaries and the standards that I have. Like I I was always a little strange dude. Like me personally. If 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 and these are just things that I pick, and these might not be true in every situation. This is just like Ron Hortman's survival guide that I use. Like if I met a girl growing up and her kids called her by her first name, I said that her mama raised them, and she she ain't the good mothering type for me. That's how I felt. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but that's how I felt. I felt like if the kids live with her, they will call her mama. If they call her by the first name, that they live with their grandmama. And if they call their grandmama mama, that means the grandmama raised them. And so that meant to me that she was always out kicking it and that she wasn't the one for me. That was my deductive reasoning. That was my standard. Like if you had kids, they had to call you mama. That was number one for me. That's for me. I'm not saying that's for everybody, but that's what it was for me. That's what I chose. All right. Uh and like if I knew, and y'all can judge me. I don't care. Y'all can judge me. I knew if a girl had if she had like five brothers, like five older brothers, stuff like that, that it wasn't that I was worried about, the brothers doing something to me, but I just I didn't want to take the chance of me being with somebody and that she could really beat me up. You know what I mean? Like I didn't want to have to explain that to somebody. Like Dude got into it with old girl and she smashed dude right there in the middle of the street. And I didn't want to have to explain that to nobody. So if she had like five brothers and she could fight a little bit, I wasn't rolling. That's my standards. That's me. That's what I do. I'm not saying that's for everybody, but that's what I did. You know what I'm saying? Tree said, yes, standards set. Absolutely, Tree. That's how I roll. That's how I roll. And I'm sure everybody had their own. And I don't know if y'all gonna admit it, but like, and y'all can say what y'all want. Y'all can think it's a game, but there's some chicks out there right now that can beat up that guy. Like for real. He like I feel sorry for that dude, but it's happening. We ain't even gonna talk about him because he's probably scared right now. But that's why, I it may not look like it, but I moved like very, very like it was calculated and precise. Certain things I just wouldn't do. Like and I told everybody, like when I was young and I was I was dating chicks or whatever, if she smoked weed, I didn't smoke weed. So that was a standard I couldn't get with. And people like, dude, ain't nothing wrong with weed. Yeah, yeah, it's not. But my girl's not gonna be going to smoke weed with my guys while I wait outside. No, I'm not doing that. Dude, stealing your girl with a blunt, not happening. Those are my standards. That's what I did. And to this day, I don't care what nobody say. My standard, y'all. This is me. If I come over your house, I don't care how small it is. You can say he ain't got teeth, he don't bite, he don't do that. You gotta put your dog up when I'm around. I'm not playing that. No. Get your dog. I don't come in nowhere when somebody got a dog that don't know me because the dog could change his mind. But I don't want to be the guy that he's never done that before. And a lot of people have been that guy. I'm not going to be that guy. Those are my standards. Put your dog up when Ron comes around. Yes, I'm scared of your chihuahua. Put it up. All right. Because the dog can bite me. I kick the dog. Now you mad at me. I kicked your dog. Or God forbid, your big dog take my arm off. He don't bite. But do you got a dog? He must have smelled your dog. You know all the excuses people give. Did you move to the left and fake right because he don't like that? Did you do that? Yes. Put your dog up. My standards. Yes. Let me see what Tree said. She said, sorry, punch in the throat. Should not want to date someone as a woman whoever thinks she can take her man. Okay, I got to read it again. I lost. Should not want to date someone as women who even think she can take her man. Mm, okay, all right. And Trees punch people in the throat. Okay, all right. These are just Ron Hortman standards, y'all. That's what I do. I'm not telling you to be like me. I'm just telling you what it is, what I do. All right. You know, a lot of people, a lot of people, like, you know what? This is gonna hurt. I'm gonna say it. All right. A lot of women, a lot of women don't date dudes under 6 feet. All right. They're like 6'5", And I took offense to that at one point in my life. You know what I'm saying? I did. I was like, how are you gonna discriminate against a whole race of brothers that I said race, but I don't know if we are racist. A race of short dudes. Yeah. How you gonna discriminate against a whole race of people and all that? But you know what? I think they're right. Because a lot of them chicks are taller and they big and they got big feet. You don't want no girl with no foot bigger than yours. You don't want that, fellas. So you need to stay in your lane. This is free game I'm giving y'all. This is free. I'm not charging you for this. This is free. This is free. Ray tapped in. Let me the homie Ray, what's good, man?
What's going on, big time?
Oh man, I'm good, brother. I'm blessed in the Lord and yourself.
This a good topic, man.
You
Uh,
you know thank you, brother. I I thought about it deeply, and I really wanted some other opinions on it. I really did.
one thing about boundaries is, and I teach this to my kids as they start transitioning into adulthood. To figure out who they are, they have to figure out their boundaries first. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm,
and the analogy that I always use with them, or any young person that I'm giving the same advice to, is even water have boundaries. You know what I mean? The Pacific and the Atlantic Ocean don't mix, and they connected. You know what I'm saying? You have to have boundaries in order to figure out who you are, and your boundaries, to get those boundaries, you have to know what do you like and then why you like it, and then you can figure out your life. You know what I'm saying?
you got to figure out what you like and why you like it.
Yeah.
That's pretty deep right there, brother. I never thought about it like that.
I mean, and because a lot of people look at stuff on a surface level. They don't go deep into it. And I just had the conversation with my daughter because she want to transition into another field. And I'm like, dude, the medical field is, you can't lose with the medical field. Like,
Never.
but she want to transition into like hairstyling and stuff, which I didn't discourage her. But I'm like, you got to look at like how the economy going and how jobs are going right now. And right now, like shit, I'm sorry, I ain't
No,
mean to cut.
you fine, brother. You fine.
Right now, with states closing and opening, you don't know if you're gonna be able to even create business, a sustainable business. But the
Right.
medical field will always have a job in. So I say that to say, boundaries are important, and boundaries are how you discover yourself. If you set boundaries, and they can change, they can. Your life is always never never set. You continuously evolve. So your boundaries might evolve as you learn stuff, as you say, well, this don't work for me now that I'm in my 30s. It worked for me when I was in my 20s, and you just always try to evolve. So you have to have boundaries in business, relationships, uh, workout. You gotta know your boundaries and working out. It's like that's like almost the fundamentals of life, or starting your life. You know,
That's
rules
right.
and
That's
regulations,
so. Let me
policies and
ask.
procedures. It's all boundaries.
Let me ask you this: how do you handle, or you tell your kids how to handle when their boundaries are crossed?
Now, see that it depends. Like I typed in earlier. Like my psychiatrist was like, "Why do you get mad with people so often?" And I said, I just be trying to prove my point." And she was like, "Why do you feel that you have to prove your point?" And then a light bulb clicked. Like that simple statement that she made
Yep.
clicked with me and was like, "I don't have to prove my point. I can state my position, and if that person doesn't go with it, I can just leave it alone. I'm not fighting somebody to show them. I'm not fighting for my belief. If you watch my show, like people be having different opinions all the time, and I have to, and because my show is about letting people talk, I can't force my idealisms on them. So either
Right.
you gon' fall in line, and that's kind of extra saying fall in line. Either we gonna agree to disagree, or I don't have to bother with you, and I'm gonna make my life easier by not bothering with you or bothering with the situation. It's easier to take the stress away than keep the stress on and try to um band-aid that situation. You know what I'm saying? It's
Absolutely.
easier it's easier to just leave it alone.
See, I think a lot of people feel that uh, if you disagree, that that you're enemies, that you're at odds. No, you can have different opinions about the same thing, and and both have valid points. Half empty or half full. They're both right. So when we talk about boundaries and somebody crossing your boundaries, I know that's a pretty vague question, but I think Kofi said it. It's true. Certain boundaries that people cross, they're truly disrespecting you, and you have a decision to make. That okay, should I'm gonna address this situation, and we can go at it and argue, debate, and over something that's clearly crossing the line that I've expressed, or do I just move on and say, no, I'm just not gonna rock that way no more? And that's about a lot of things in life. And I think a lot of maturity has to come with that. Uh, certain things that would push me over the edge a couple years back now don't even matter. You know what I mean? So it's that's a loaded question, and I think you answered it brilliantly, like you're like a young scholar. I don't know what you're doing on the weekends. Are you teaching classes at MA or something?
Nah, I just try to. I'm always trying to improve myself. And people gonna take that how they take it. Oh, you think you better, or I can't worry about what. One thing I always say, and I post it every year. Like, what you think of me is none of my business. I'm gonna try to do the things that I think is right. Whether if it's helping people or staying away from people, to improve myself. You know what I mean?
Right.
Uh, I had situations where I got plenty friends down here from Milwaukee in Georgia. It's plenty people, but because I wasn't in a position of progress, or I wasn't in a position to be like just going out every day and all of that. And at the time I was the primary parent for my kids.
Right.
It's like I can't be wasting time. We was doing the same. We was doing that kind of stuff in high school and then college, and like I'm hitting in my mid 30s at the time. It's like, dude, I can't be out chasing women. Like, I have to start building something. So I
Right.
had to
Right.
I had to do what was right for me, and a lot of them don't talk to me no more, like at all. Like, and it's but because I didn't want to. I just don't want to go out and kick it. And I mean, yeah, I like to have fun and stuff, but it's like 5 years from now, I'm doing the same thing I was doing in high school and college. 5 years from the time that I moved down here, and it's like 5 years has been wasted on spending money, not really spending time with my kids the right way, and making sure they developing the way they supposed to develop. Like, that's a waste of time to me. And a lot of my friends didn't understand that. Like, they cut me off, really. You know what I mean?
It
And
was the
it's
best
like,
thing
dude,
for
like,
you.
yeah, because being a homeowner and having a business, and that's not to say, oh, look at what I'm doing. It's just like, I can leave my kids something. I can, like, going to the clubs, popping bottles and all that. It's cool, it's fun. But after a while, like, what do you have to show for? Oh man, that's my parking spot. What
Yep.
do you have to show for it?
Yep.
Because
That's
and I know a lot of people, even, they always say, man, you too blase, you too this. And it's like, dude, like, I'm looking at the numbers, the real numbers, not the emotions. Looking at the real numbers of what's going on with our community. And it's like, dude, you have to start
uh,
start trying to build something.
bro. I remember growing up, and me and her started very young. I started having kids, and everybody was going to Freaknik and going out of town, and everybody's kicking it and getting rims on their cars, and they was flossing. They was doing what young people our age did, but I decided to have kids. Nobody made me do it. It was something that I did, and I had to be responsible for that. So they getting rims, and I'm trying to buy stuff for a house or trying to save to buy a crib and doing all that kind of stuff. And cats clown me a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Oh, girl got you like this, and you can't do that, man. Ain't no way I'll be locked up with no chick like that. And I said it before. It's a lot of old lonely players, man.
Yeah.
And cats, cats, they chasing that moment, and like you said, they're not building. You got to build. You getting old. Life ain't waiting. Life is not waiting for none of us. What Kofi say? I think boundaries and standards reflect back on our own personal self worth, and it should always be evolving if you believe in growth. Amen. Uh, Tree said yes. Ray, being unapologetically you, and when you no longer roll with foolery, fake friends fall off. Oh, look at this. Look, y'all see that right there? That just did my heart good right there. Uh, Ron Hortman Jr. said 100. That's my boy right there. Uh, I done lost you, Ray.
No, I'm still here.
Okay, you in the dark. I can't see you. It's all
Yeah, because
good though.
I'm in my truck.
Cause he working.
I'm
He
yeah, I'm
working.
just
He's
now,
a working man.
yeah, just now getting off. I try to make sure I catch your show while I'm out.
Hey, I appreciate it. You know what? I'm gonna say this to you, Ray. I want to apologize. Last night your boy fell asleep. I
No,
was
it's all
out.
good. Like, yeah, I
I was
don't.
embarrassed.
No, it's all good. I'm there every Monday. I don't watch your show to get you to watch my show. I watch your show because your show is good.
No,
You
that's
know what I
not
mean?
the
It's
that
oh,
wasn't the
okay.
point. That was
Yeah, a
not the
lot,
point.
but
It's
you'll
the
be
point that
surprised.
we support. Yeah.
You'll be surprised. A lot of people think like that. So I just put that
No.
disclaimer out there.
No, you and me, we not like that, man. You've been supporting me since day one. Uh, I support you. We brothers, man. Ain't hey, this is no strings attached. You know that it's all love. Tree said when priorities become more apparent when you are in a more responsible adult. And you know what? Being a responsible adult it's hard when you're young because you're looking at what everybody else doing. But your standards should be that you look. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it today. Your standard should be that you raise it. Today, my mother and my father had a conversation, and they were talking about it was something trivial. Uh, a song from when they were kids. My mother and father they got married as teenagers, and I was born to teenage parents, and so fast forward, I'm a grandparent, they great grandparents, and to see them to have a conversation and to talk about something in their past when they were young, it hit me like, wow, they were kids. They were kids just like we were. And you don't look at your parents that way. You don't see it. You almost take that out of your mind. But life life moves so fast it don't stop. And so like Ray working and you building, you set these boundaries so you can leave something for your family, a legacy. That's what we should be doing, y'all. It hit me so hard today. It really hit me. It really did. I'm sorry. I had a moment.
Yeah. And the outside, like I tell this story sometime when um well, I just go ahead and say it.
Go ahead,
I,
brother.
I was having an issue with alcohol, right? In 2019, I had cleared myself up of alcohol. I was like 3 months sober, and I had a friend that come down and was like, "Hey man, we need to go out." I was like, "Dude, I don't do the clubs. I go to a lounge with you, but I don't do clubs, and I don't drink no more. So, but I kick it with you just because I ain't seen you in a while." So me and my wife went with him and his wife, and then his cousin and his wife, and we went down, and he was like, "Man, come on, just have a drink, come on, have a drink, have a drink." And this is March of 2019. So I ended was like, well, one drink ain't gone. Just I ain't seen my boy in a while. Dude, do you know January 13th, 2021, I finally was able to stop drinking from that moment. And I was 3 months sober. So it was like, dude, I can't, even if it's for sentimental values or symbolism of like friendship, I can't go against my boundaries. Like that
Yep.
was a boundary that I crossed, and I paid for like almost 2 years. Well,
Yep.
yeah, 2 years, like battling with it. Like, and I ain't know, like, you ain't gonna see me at Quick Trip asking for change for beers or nothing. But it was just like it was stopping my progress, stopping my productivity. You know what I mean? And I
Yeah.
felt it.
Yeah.
Like, even, me, I was a gym rat. Like, it stopped my working out for 2 years. And I was
Wow.
like, man, I just gotta stay away from that altogether. Like, I don't even no wines, no spritzers or nothing.
I'm glad you came out on top, man. That's a blessing, man. And the the fact that you being transparent and telling somebody your story, that's a big deal, man. But people can see how important it is for you to stick to your boundaries
Yeah,
because everybody in as blessed as you would be able to get up out of it like that, man. And that's a lesson learned. And hopefully that's some that you can share with somebody else and to keep them moving. It's boundaries, standards, they all important. And that's what this was about. I'm gonna end it with that, y'all. I'm gonna end it with that. Ray, you got any closing things you want to say before I wrap this up, man?
yeah, man. Peace and blessings, everybody. Make sure y'all keep watching this show. This show is up and coming. I got a couple surprises for this show. Well, we'll talk about it in the green room.
Okay,
Um,
okay.
and then check out my show, Reconstruction of the Dinner Table on YouTube and Facebook. Join the conversation. But other than
Monday
that,
nights. Monday
Monday
nights,
nights.
right?
Yep,
Monday
Monday
nights at
nights,
9.
9 o'clock Eastern.
Monday nights at 9 p.m. Reconstruction of the dinner table with the homie Ray. Uh, thank y'all. Thank y'all for rocking with me tonight. In Kofi Tyler's absence, thank you for holding us down. She was here, and people say they were here in spirit. She was here in comments. You see that? She was here in comments. Treese, Ron Horton Jr. I see y'all. Thank y'all so much. Standards, boundaries, growth. That's what it's about, y'all. Ron Hortman, Dysfunctional Show. We love y'all. We out. I got one comment real quick. Can we get your take on the relationship nowadays with all the tech influence or not? I'm gonna call in and get it for myself. Uh, next show, Lil Ron. Next show, call me. That's my son, y'all. Dysfunctional. We out. Ray.